Welcome aboard the dopamine train, where our ADHD-powered locomotive stops at every shiny thought along the tracks. I'm Obee Won, and with my co-host Rome, we explore various topics and see where the conversation train takes us. Welcome back to the dopamine train. I, Obee Won.
Oh my God, what an intro. We got to keep that. Okay, we got Obee Won and then Rome tuning in with the Lady Gaga drip. And we're back.
Oh my God. All right.
We're talking about food today. Yeah, talking about different types of cuisine.
Yeah, the topic came up to mind because I was pondering the other day how local dishes become local dishes or local staples, right? So one thing that comes to mind about LA, it's not Mexican food. Fun fact, it's the French dip sandwich. And it sometimes like services a need or because the timing is right. So the origin story of the French dip sandwich was that they had a bunch of stale bread that was like close to being moldy, but not quite moldy, but not quite good to like, just let me make a sandwich out of this. So you had the, I'm going to butcher this word, au jus sauce.
Au jus. Yeah, you got it.
Sauce. And that you dip your little roast beef sandwich in that bread to soften it up. That's like LA's dish. I don't know if, where the next most famous, I think, would be Philly cheesesteak, but I do not know the origin story of that.
Would it be Philadelphia?
Yeah, well, probably? Like it's from Philadelphia, but I don't know, like.
Oh, like the actual story of how it came about. Yeah.
Like I know the origin story for like buffalo wings. So buffalo wings come from the city of Buffalo, New York. Italian grandmamas had like leftover chicken bits and then happened to fry them. And then tossed them in this like red vinegar-esque sauce and then gave it to the kids. And then that was origin of buffalo wings.
What is your favorite food, Obee Won?
Favorite food? Always tacos.
Always tacos.
Always eat tacos for days. Love, like for me, if you're going to judge a Mexican restaurant, you have to get their El Pastor because that is the taco of Mexico City. It has origins from actually the Mediterranean and the Arab regions because the way they cook it is the exact same way as like a gyro or chicken shawarma.
Is there a specific spot here in LA? Because, you know, someplace I could potentially go to that is has the best Mexican food in your opinion?
That's really hard.
There's a lot of good spots.
There's a lot of good spots. It's a very saturated market. When I think of Mexican food, I think of like you have to get it from. If I'm going to get like the taco of the people, I think of like King Taco. I would say is
really
like, because like that's something that you would get from a food truck. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I guess I haven't had everything. I haven't had everything on King Taco's menu. It's really good, but I have been to food trucks where it's just like one of my buddies knows a place who's on. I don't know if it's still there because it's a truck, so it moves around all the time. But Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, just in the middle of an industrial area, and they only open at 8 p.m. So you don't know unless you're going around at night, like after an event or something. And
right,
we go and it's just like the best, I mean debatably the best food I've ever had, and just in this little hidden part of Los Angeles. I mean, to me that's the real LA experience right there,
is
getting
the food
to eat
truck.
like that. Oh yeah. I mean, LA has all kinds of really awesome places that you can go from many different cultures,
right?
But the Mexican food is pretty incredible. So what do you have a runner up as far as favorite food, like another culture or another dish?
Oh, another Mediterranean all day.
Mediterranean's really good.
I used to not be until I started advising a student group that was the Muslim Student Organization or Association, as they call it, MSA, and I'd get them catering that was halal. So then I started like, oh, Lebanese food, that chicken shawarma all day, every day. Like that's another thing I could eat literally every day. I think
Mm.
I have this thing with like meat on a stick, slow roasted. Sign me up.
There was a place that you took Jesse and I to when you were visiting. Is
Oh,
Mediterranean, and I actually went back because the food was, first off, it was very filling, and second, it was just good. So it is a nice, healthy option to have.
was it this last trip or was it back when we saw Star Wars
This last
episode?
trip.
This last trip. Oh yeah,
Hmm.
that more. I think the chain halal guys. That's the one we went to the first time
Hmm.
after seeing Star Wars Last Jedi. Terrible movie,
Oh
but
man, Jesus Christ,
uh, and
bringing up some trauma with that one.
wasn't that bad. But anyway, so
It's
I
pretty
think
bad.
Halal Guys was like the first to really commercialize that whole thing
Hmm.
in terms of it, and that local restaurant kind of copied that in a sense. What's wild to me is that spot was like a froyo place. That is one food.
That's right. Yeah, it used to be.
That is one food like shop that I don't see anymore. I think that fad died in
What,
like
Froyo's?
yeah, froyo. I don't see froyo places anywhere around here.
To be fair, don't think I ever went to one, so I never noticed them.
What?
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Never took a
Actually,
girly to be like, let me get gummy bears on my chocolate froyo.
the only play, actually, freshman year of high school, my very first date was at a Pinkberry.
That's cute.
It was, I mean, it was her idea. It was near where she lived, and it was, I mean, neither of us drove, so I got dropped off at the Pinkberry and I waited, and she walked over. But yeah, I've
God,
never been to a Pinkberry before.
goodness, that's like that makes me think of like the dynamics of like high school dating of like you have to get parents' permission, and then you're confined, depending on how strict your parents are, confined to the time parameters of like hanging out or doing shit with them. You know,
Hmm. Hmm.
it's like 2 hours. You got 2 hours to talk to this person, and then
Oh
we're out.
man, I got in so much trouble that it was Christmas of 2009, I think. And her and I were hanging out, and my parents were texting me because we're supposed to meet up with family, and it was supposed to be 2 hours. We hung out, and I kept saying like, "Oh, well, we're walking around. We haven't gone back to the house yet." Like, we were walking around, but taking our sweet time. So it ended up being like 4 or 5-ish hours, and they found the street we were walking on, and picked me up, and they were so mad. But 14. What are you gonna do?
14. You were like, let me try to shoot my shot, see where I can get into trouble, I guess. And
Yeah, I mean, you are just getting in trouble at that age, and you don't really know anything until you sort of get your hand burned on the stove, as it were, metaphorically.
right.
So, you know.
But yeah, Mediterranean food would be my second. I think I'm not over the years I've not become a sweet guy. I'm like very
Good
much
for
give
you.
me that queso, chips and queso. Like which
Okay,
is
maybe not so good for you. Never mind.
give
I
me
spoke
the
too soon.
carbs. Give me the cornmeal.
Before I forget, that Froyo spot is not there anymore. But you know what also isn't there? The same GameStop that you and I got our laptops from, so we could play Knights of the Old Republic, or sorry, the Old Republic, the MMO.
Oh my god. No, we got the game there. We ordered the laptops through Costco.
Oh, we did?
Yes.
Oh,
Because
thank you for clarifying that detail.
I got the 7. I still have that laptop.
My uncle's using mine now, like just as an old laptop.
I'm just like the fact that it's still running. I guess HP did some good work that year.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, their power that was kind of after the netbook era, I think, where those were just like they were dying left and right, and it was just a solid 15-inch laptop, a HP laptop and it had the biometrics back then, which was kind of advanced looking back.
Yep. Yep, the little
Um,
finger roll.
yeah, yeah, it was really cool.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, but that was because I got the 19-inch because I got the bigger one.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
It
Should have
was a good
gotten that one.
God. Well, because I didn't have like a monitor set up or anything like that, and I was just like, but God, that thing was like compared to nowadays laptops, the thing is luggy. That's like a good 5 pounds,
Oh, for sure, for sure.
and
Yeah,
like that shit is solid.
they've made them a lot thinner and more efficient. I feel there's pros and cons because some laptops nowadays you can still get in there and make some upgrades if you'd like, but a lot of them you can't. Things are soldered on. You need specialized screwdrivers to open them up, and so you basically got to buy a new laptop at this rate. But
Some
back then
people
it was
call
a little,
that capitalism.
yeah, yeah, fair point. Um, okay, any Asian food spots you really like?
Of the last year, so in California, it would be where I if I when I fly back home to the lovely state of California and touch down and LAX, a couple things that have to happen are one, we go get sushi. Two,
Oh, yeah. All right, I will sit there and cheer you on while you get
two,
sushi.
you literally been to my favorite sushi spot.
Oh, okay, then I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
You,
Yeah. I just remember I didn't have to order sushi, so I'm like
yeah,
chilling.
you got chicken teriyaki.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And then In-N-Out, I think, is up there.
Hmm.
I've heard mixed reviews of In-N-Out over the last, like, it's not been, I don't know what it is. It's not been as good or something like that. I was still a brand advocate for In-N-Out personally. And then I also have to get some sort of Mexican food. It's like my 3 requirements. I need like my surf and turf and then like, oh, and then specifically a donut.
From where?
Generic donut shop in California. So,
So
you're
just
like,
one of them that has the big like donut.
it could be
shaped
Granny's
sign.
Donuts. It could be Mrs. Kim's Donuts on Paramount, right next to Cherry Avenue. Like, or no, it's Paramount and Delamo. Sorry. It's because I can't find in my travels this kind of donut anywhere. Anywhere. It's basically a buttermilk bar with chocolate on top.
Buttermilk.
Yes. Imagine.
Is that like the brown glaze?
Imagine.
Okay.
Imagine an old-fashioned donut, same texture, in a bar, and then chocolate on top, glazed.
Okay.
Best donut, hands down.
Yeah, that
And
does sound-
I cannot find that anywhere but in LA. And I've been to like because it's always Dunkin'. Anywhere
all
else,
across the U.S. It's just Dunkin'.
Dunkin', or here it's the big thing is apple cider donuts. I'm like, cool. It's just basically donut that tastes like apple cider. Awesome.
I don't know how I feel about that.
New York is called the Big Apple for a reason because apples are from here, bro. Like, or not from here, but
Yeah, but I don't remember getting apple on my pizza. Never mind, that was a joke.
yeah, that was the dad joke that slipped over this dad.
Are you a fan of baklava?
I do like baklava. I'm not, again, like in this era of this new decade I've embarked on, I really just don't like sugar that much. Like, I had this fantastic flan yesterday, like made from an abuelita kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious. Could I finish it? No. And then my girlfriend ate the rest.
The reason I mentioned baklava is because that is probably my single favorite dessert of all time. When I was studying in England, everywhere we went, it seemed like you could get baklava very easily. So I was having it all the time. I freaking loved it. No matter which country we traveled to. And then when I came back to the US, then
Right.
it's like, unless I found a very specialized shop, it was kind of hard to find actually. And I've heard it's pretty challenging to make. Like creating the thin
Interesting.
layers of the pastry. Yeah.
I got plentiful baklava in Rochester, New York. Come on out.
Really?
Yeah, like I know of a
Oh,
Greek
okay.
bakery that you shoot, man. That's what's gonna happen. Maybe I drop ship something to you. Get some baklava.
Now, living where you're at, has that limited your food options, or do you feel like, oh, I kind of miss, or is there stuff there that we just don't have here?
I would say yes, it limited because it's like think of it population wise. In LA County alone is the most populated county in America, period.
Mhm.
So you will have that many more opportunities for a restaurant to open up and say, I want to do business, whether local or chain. And so, versus in Rochester, it's like we have the one Costco. So, Whole Foods, you have like one smash burger, one. I'm trying to think of another. Like, I think there's one Outback Steakhouse left in Rochester area, and so like for the variety of foods that are available to me is very dependent on what population is demanding or is even present. Like there's a couple Asian food markets where you can get your shrimp chips and on and whatever things you want of that, but it is quite trying to find good Mexican food is very hard to come by because a lot of the times it's a Puerto Rican family cooking it.
When I was in New York for the first time last year, we went to a restaurant I think it was called Number One Mexican Restaurant
Oh, in New York City, completely
in New
different
York
store.
City.
Yeah, New York City,
Yeah.
there's going to be good Mexican food. I'd make
Well,
that
that
argument.
that was allegedly the best one, and I still felt like it was pretty good, but it was
Really?
okay compared to the taco places that are around here, I would say.
Fair enough. It,
Um, I don't know where I was going. Go ahead.
no, we're chilling like a villain. But yeah, that like biggest food here that's like a cultural food is there's two of them. There's the garbage plate, which I think a lot of people have embraced.
The garbage plate.
Yep. It is half mac salad on one side, home fries on one another side, two cheeseburgers on top, meat, hot sauce, ketchup or mustard, onion, done.
So it's American food.
Yes. Made by a
Okay.
Greek family actually.
Okay. That sounds
And
really interesting.
yeah, it was came around during the Depression so that people would have like a large food to take home in a sense.
Oh, I see. So
But
that's
it's
despite the name, it sounds like it would be pretty delicious.
it is definitely a one of those things lasts me 2 days unless I'm really hungry, and then you feel bad about it because you're like, I just literally had a whole plate, like a to-go container of carbs on top of
Uh-huh.
like two patties. Um, and so the other one is chicken French, which for a while is like didn't know about or heard about. It is basically chicken parmesan made with Alfredo.
Hmm. Chicken French. I'm not a huge fan of Alfredo, but that might be interesting.
Just try it once, doesn't hurt.
For sure.
But
For
those are
sure.
like the cultural ones, and
Oh, what's the worst thing you've ever tried?
ooh, like I was like absolutely not, never again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it
food,
was just
it
awful.
just
Just terrible. Worst thing you've ever tasted.
kale.
Kale, really?
Kale is one of the most texture-wise foul things, unless it's cooked. Cooked is fine. But raw kale, oh boy, let me just put this in my salad. I'm like, absolutely not. Get this thing out of here. I've had kale pesto, not bad, but like in that form for some odd reason, I'm like, I literally went over to the patch of grass that is next to my apartment and just went, delicious. That's for me and worst food. What about you?
Oh, I'm guessing you've never had a fermented egg then.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think I would want to.
We
It's
had
got,
it was like a dare. I was staying at the student housing in the UK, and one of the exchange students had this. It was a package with 4 or 5. Oh, I don't know how many were in there, but they were green. They were green
oh,
eggs, and
green eggs in ham. You found that you understood now, Dr. Seuss.
yeah. So they open the package of these green eggs, and it is just the scent alone will send you to the restroom wanting to vomit.
That is,
And people eat this, like people enjoy eating that. It's like an intentionally rotten egg, and they like bury it in the ground. I think they keep it there for a while and then they take it out.
oh, there's a whole goddamn process. To
yeah,
this.
there's a
Not
process.
Just, oh my god!
It took me probably 5 minutes just to think about taking a bite out of this thing, and I did, and I couldn't even. I had to spit it out. It was so
immediate.
so gross. It was like Fear
Bite
Factor
and just
level
bleh.
gross. Yeah, and some people, like I said, enjoy that, which is just mine. Then again, if you see videos, you see people eating these. They're like fried tarantulas. Have you ever seen that?
I'd eat fried tarantulas.
Are you serious? I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I would. They're
I
probably
couldn't do
mad tasty. It's like
I can barely
it's
look at them.
the shrimp of the land, you know, or the crab.
Shrimp
of the land.
is insane. Like that's positivity like I've never heard before.
That's
Shrimp of the land. Like, yeah, except it's got quite a few more legs than the shrimp.
So crab. There's a crab of the land.
Whatever. Yeah, I guess.
They're just hard shelled invertebrates. Vertebrates.
Yeah, and the other one is hairy.
Crabs are hairy too.
They are?
Yeah. They have little hairs, I think. I don't know.
Little peach fuzz.
But I'd eat tarantulas.
You would eat a tarantula. Wow.
I'd eat a tarantula.
What's the most exotic thing you've ever had? Like the most just out there, you probably gator. Oh, okay. Where did you have gator?
I had gator in Spain. I also had gator in Florida.
Huh. Gator in Spain. I think
Like it was a crocodile, I think, in Spain because
crocodile.
because the closest is probably the Nile.
I don't remember if it was gator or crocodile, but when I was in Australia, we had like a assortment plate of all these different foods that are native to the area, and that
So
was
it'd be
one
a
of the
crocodile.
items. Crocodile,
Because they got huge sea crocs out there.
Yeah, I'll bet. I didn't see any crocs when I was there, but I imagine.
Well,
they're
because
pretty-
you have like, gators specific to America, and then down in Florida, it was real tough meat. I wouldn't go like, oh boy, I need gator.
Need me some gator today.
I need some reptile to eat, just little nibble here and there. Like I just not for me. Never. Like I'll try my whole thing for like food, try it once, because you never know unless you have an allergy to something or that sort. That's why I kind of like don't go in on tofu, because technically I have a soy allergy, and so I'm not like. But I still have sushi, the soy sauce. It doesn't mess me up that much.
How did you discover you had a soy allergy? Just from eating it?
32 scratches on the back.
32. That's very specific.
For if you ever want to get tested for allergies, you go to the allergist, and at first it was pricks, and then they downgraded so it was less evasive scratches. So they scratch you with the allergen on your back. It's basically like this grid thing.
It's like a litmus test.
They're like, so this one is like this big on the circle scale that determines on a scale of 1 to 4 how allergic you are to things.
Oh, interesting. I've never had a allergy test per se that I know of.
It's worthwhile.
Knock on thin air. I haven't had anything come up.
Depends on like what your goals are in life. For me, I just had severe allergies, my uh one of my parentals was like, "Oh, I you're saying he has allergies. Have we tested for him?" And they were like, "No." So then we ended up getting referred to an allergist. Found out we were allergic to everything that grows, but cats and dogs. And then for
That
4
must be
years,
nice.
yeah. At least we
Yeah.
can pet cats and dogs.
Yeah, exactly.
Screw plants. They got no feelings.
I mean, when's the last time you pet a plant or wanted to?
Yesterday, I have my one indoor plant that's like a palm that I've had for 4 years from, again, my favorite store, Costco.
Oh, nice. Do you like caring for plants?
I think it's not like I get ones that I'll be like, hello, and like remember that I need to water you, and it's not like detrimental to its lifespan. Those are the kind of plants I like.
Yeah, for sure.
Where it's like, oh, it's been a hot minute since I've watered you. Probably should water you. And so I have that one. It's like a little mini tree. And then in my office, I have a Monstera. Its name is Godzilla. Because it's a monster.
Could you ever consider not forever, but for a certain amount of time, being either vegetarian or vegan?
I'd do vegetarian over vegan all day.
Yeah.
Vegetarian, I could do. It's just I would have to get everything that wasn't soy based.
Mm-hmm.
So like it would just be eating a lot of chickpeas and
Chia.
What is this, commercial?
I hope I don't get in trouble for that.
Yeah. Who's watching?
Whatever. Definitely not the Chia pet company.
Did they even exist anymore? That's the other thing. Like,
yeah, that's true. Speaking of things that don't exist anymore, last night, a friend and I were watching Baywatch.
Oh, which one? The movie or the series?
The show. David Hasselhoff.
With David Hasselhoff.
Yeah,
and,
the
Pamela
1993.
Anderson.
Yeah. Dude, talk about throwback nostalgia. I mean, that was definitely when the Chia pet commercials were running.
Oh yeah. That's like one series that just hit for a bit and then just never came back.
It was like the greatest show ever at the time. Or like the highest rated show, one of them.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other early 90s shows. Or like sitcom based. I'm drawing blanks. I think Friends?
Friends was up there.
Friends. Oh, you know what show I've been watching? Matlock.
I've never heard of that.
Oh my gosh. They did a reboot of it with Kathy Bates. Highly recommend.
What is the idea of it?
Just defense lawyer who proves defendant's innocence. That's the whole show. And for the one that's the original, it's with Andy Griffin as Matlock. And he's a lawyer out of Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, and basically does his whole, I don't know how to describe it, like detective finds the thing and does the thing in a sense, and there's a little like humor sprinkled in, so it's not like so bad, but then it's like, oh, you literally, the only reason why you're getting caught for this murder is because you didn't switch out chairs, like I discovered that this chair height was a different height, and the person who was
it's like the most obscure detail that allowed them to
basically
catch.
This last one was like a whole union thing where this guy was being accused of murder due to being paid off, and then one of the jurors then was bribed to say that he was bribed by Matlock, and then the one factor that determines is because the one guy who was accused of the murder is short, so the seat would be higher, but the seat was actually lowered, and he brought the seat in and was like, y'all switched the seats so that this guy would be accused, but the problem was that it was not your chair and not his chair. Wow. It was yours. So
keeping it on topic, you know what? When it comes to working in Hollywood or working on film projects, TV, movies, whatever, working with food is such a freaking pain.
Really?
Because you can't eat it because it's sitting out for hours. I was on a shoot 2 weeks ago doing background, and we were at an arcade. So they had, machines, they had a basketball set up, counter, a whole 9 yards. It was an actual I think it was go-karting. And they had an ice cream section where you could, how you look in the window and they'll scoop it up for you.
Right.
All the ice cream was just fake. It was just plastic.
Oh, dude.
If it's going to be there,
looking fake ice cream or nah?
I mean, on camera, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but in person, you're like, this is clearly fake. So it was just, it was plastic ice cream. So it really got me thinking about the logistics of trying to incorporate props into a production and things like that. And there were many points where we would be seated at different tables throughout the venue in the background of various shots. And there were chips and salsa and French fries that were just ice cold sitting there for hours. I'm like, I hope no one here has to eat any of this because this stuff is definitely gone bad. Oh God. It even looked gross after a while. Just because it was sitting there. But yeah, it's like working with food is kind of a pain, to be honest.
I could see that, especially like depending on how many takes you're taking.
Like imagine a dinner scene where it's not in the background, like people and someone's like grabbing. I
wonder if they have to make like a whole new plate every time. If they're like actually eating it.
Yeah, well, when I work on a scene that involves eating, I'll let you know. Yeah. Actually, I did a social media ad a little while back, and granted, that wasn't like a professional shoot per se. A lot of it was just kind of happening on the fly, and like there's a part where I was eating French toast and I had to literally take the entire thing of syrup with food on the fork and like douse it so you can watch it like drip as I'm taking the bite. It's just like, oh my God, so much syrup.
Oh boy.
Yeah. At 6 p.m. Nice little sugar rush.
6 p.m.
Eating French toast.
Then I would have been full send. We're going to Denny's.
Are you a breakfast guy?
Oh, yes. So you know how you've said, like, when you think of America, you're like, McDonald's cheeseburger. McDonald's. I'm like, diner. Eggs.
Okay.
Bacon, sausage, hash browns.
For sure.
Toast. Depending on if it's in California, I think it would be Knott's was the spread, but everywhere else is Smucker's.
But you're talking about like the jam.
The jam of the preserves.
The
preserves. But yeah, I'm a big breakfast guy. I love like Saturday breakfast or Sunday morning breakfast, especially if you like this morning, for instance, I woke up at 8 a.m. and went grocery shopping. And after I'm done grocery shopping, I'd like to get like a nice breakfast.
We woke up at the same time this morning.
How cute.
Okay, well, anyways, now continue.
Yeah, that was a big breakfast guy. And if I'm like favorite breakfast plate, if I can find it, is a good chicken fried steak and eggs.
Chicken fried steak. I have nightmarish memories of Kentucky Fried Chicken in elementary school, so I've kind of shied away from it, but it is something I'll give another shot one day.
They had chicken fried steak at Kentucky Fried Chicken?
Well, not chicken fried steak, but it was that same like texture, fried chicken.
Oh.
And it just tasted weird.
Do you have
Aren't those two
trauma?
similar?
Do you have trauma with fried chicken?
Yes, lots.
Oh my god, you poor thing.
The only
Like that's
I don't even know if this qualifies as fried chicken, but like Raisin Cane's is the closest thing that I'll just casually eat and it's no big deal.
that is fried chicken. That's fake. They're very much a business.
That's different from KFC.
Oh yeah, KFC to me is the bottom of the barrel. I don't know how they stay open. I don't know who eats there because all my friends don't eat there. If they're going to eat fried chicken, at least it's Popeyes.
I don't think I could do Popeyes either.
Really?
Yeah.
Popeyes will do. I'm trying to think of the other one. Church's chicken's pretty decent.
Oh, are you a spicy guy?
What kind of yes.
Really? Like could you sit down on the show Hot Ones and hang until the end?
Yes, but me on the toilet the next day would suffer. I would have to have a vacation day for that.
I saw Lady Gaga go on Hot Ones.
Oh.
She just did it like last week or 2 weeks ago. And she just like did it like a champ. It's got to the last. She was super nervous at the beginning, like I would be because I don't like spicy things at all. But by the end, your mouth is so numb, it's just like whatever, not a big deal anymore.
It's not for me in the moment. It's the next day.
Yeah,
the next day when you're like sitting on that toilet, you're like, decisions were made last night, not good decisions. And then you're just trying to read or doom scroll through it, and you're just like, this is horrid.
Yeah, I would. One of my students a few years back dared me to eat the world's hottest gummy bear. Have you seen that?
You got roped into that, but not the chip one?
No, I didn't do it. I couldn't follow through on that. But it came in a box, and it's a single gummy bear in a box. And allegedly, you will be sick for 3 days after eating that.
I would need a deposit of at least $200 to be you're gonna be just unwell for 3 days. That's like costing me money and time. I need like a deposit of $200. So if you'd like our listeners for me to eat the world's hottest gummy bear, deposit of $250, I'll do it.
This is turning into a Twitch stream. You just do challenges.
I know. It's like we're Mr. Beast up in here or something.
Have you ever thought of streaming on Twitch again? I know I've roped you into it a couple times.
It's my video gaming's so sporadic now that if I was more consistent with my gaming, sure. If I was like, I'm spending 2 hours a week on gaming, we're going to do this, I would be willing to stream my One Piece stuff, to be honest, because I'm more consistent on that.
For sure.
So it's just like best way to describe it with any game, especially those gamers out there, it's like when you open a new game, you're like, all right, these guys are shooting me in the face. What's going on? How do I approach? And then it's like, once you get to that moment of like, I know the map, I know where they're shooting from, I know where they're coming from, then I can adjust, and then it's a more fun game. But then if you're not consistent with that, that's where, to me, like anything in life, you start to not do so hot. Because it's like everyone knows Nuketown. Like, trying to play on Nuketown, and if you've never played the game before, is like, let me get crucified. I'm going to spawn, and I'm going to die. Because there's some dum-dum who's worked out the kinks of like, if I throw this grenade just like this at this angle.
Yeah, they know the lineup.
Like, you just know the lineup. Yeah. Because that map's been out for at least a decade at this point. So, and that's for the streaming part. If I was consistent, I would do it. Like, just like you're very consistent on your channel about like when you're doing your showings and things of that sort.
I only do it 4 hours a week. That might seem like a lot, but it's 2 hours on 2 days.
No, like if that's all you're gaming, it's not bad. That's like a little hobby to de-stress at the end of the day is the way I would view that.
Well, the thing I realized was if I spent too much time streaming, I was taking time away from the thing that would actually grow my stream, which was posting videos. So it made the most sense to, okay, go live, get as much usable footage as possible in a 2 hour span, and then use the rest of the time during the week to cut that stuff all together and start posting. Because if you're just going live all the time and you've got 8 hours of footage and no time to edit it, well, then you're just wasting time.
Right. That's what I liked about, or what I hope as we interview more people who have been able to sustain themselves in whatever industry they're in, that my prediction is that the traits for success are, one of them is consistency.
Mm-hmm.
Consistency and discipline. Like when you are at your most tired or your most like, I need to do this, instead of saying, we'll just do it tomorrow, like sticking to it. I think that's like what sets yourself apart from everyone else, is because that's the choice. Do I continue down this road and stay true to the battlement, the honor, for the glory, for the empire? Or am I just gonna be complacent? That's what my biggest like prediction is. After like 10 interviews, I'd like to revisit and say, what are the things that, based off our interviews, have set the road to success? Is it that you're waking up at 8 a.m. to go shopping or to do your thing so that you're not impacted by everybody else or things of that sort?
There's a lot of stuff there, great stuff that you mentioned. And I'd like to think we're off to a great start after our interview with Iggy last week.
Yep.
That was really great. And touching on one of the specific details you mentioned about, are you able to make strong decisions, especially in those moments of weakness? It's not just about like, oh yeah, everything's going great. Now I can, everything's lined up for me to do my thing and be disciplined. It's when things kind of fall apart and life throws you for a loop. Can you get back on track? And can you refocus on what that is? And in the moment, it can be fast and you can make the wrong decision without even realizing it. But if you can become conscientious of them as they come at you, it's unbelievable. It's huge.
I just want to eat more tacos. So whatever gets me to eat more tacos, you just got to do.
It's a very noble goal. Very noble. More tacos. Yeah.
More tacos. That could be like one of the stickers we come out with. More tacos. Yeah. Some good stuff. We talked about food today. I think we're at that little mark now. I know
we are. We're definitely at the mark. I think the timing is perfect here. We mostly talked about food, which is pretty great considering we do a podcast called Dopamine Train. So,
yep, trying to get that dopamine, what brings you back to that nostalgia. We talked about good Mexican food, bad Mexican food, where not to eat, what not to eat. Don't eat a hot gummy bear. Otherwise, you want 3 days on the toilet. That is one way you could get out of work now. Think about it. Great possibility. Reflecting on coming interviews, and we love our listeners, and thank you for joining us on this train. That's called
thank
Dopamine.
You so much. Yeah, it's very and I just want to close out with I'm very proud of you, Obee, for the amount of time and the consistency that you've put into showing up to do the podcast, because I would argue that most people who have had the idea of doing a show and maybe have done a first episode, maybe edited to learn a few things here or there, they have not gotten to 14. Like I think you've entered the maybe 10, 15 percentile of people who've actually.
We got a good partner in crime.
I got you.
We got a good partner. I think about that a lot too. I know we're going off a little tangent, but for next time, it's like, I think if you have a good partnership, it changes a lot. Because some people will say, "Oh, I'll go with you," and then like when the time comes to push and shove,
oh, it's too hard.
I got something else going on, and that's where I'm appreciative. Is like, we say we do something, we won't do it. So
yep, yes, sir. All right, thank you guys.
Just go out and Do it, friends.
Let's get it.